And we're live.
Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun. Really wanna go there?
Stupid visuals to that.
Push it forward. Do you really believe you can afford it? A bag full of violence and self-destruction distract us from the ways of revolution. Slow down now, you forever going too fast. Slow down now, if you want to work too last. Slow down. While others have been slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun. Slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun. Run on a run race track. Run faster and faster. No, you never looking back. Provoking a disaster. Never stop for a minute and relax. Slow down now, take a break, catch your breath. Some wanna know what that happy slow down and that did not be happy on for all of that. We don't wanna stress all of the time. We not be happy on for all of that. All of that, all of that. Slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun. Slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun. Slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun. Slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun. Slow down. Everybody just keep it cool. While others have been taking for fun.
I have seen this one before, actually. It's quite good.
Hello, everybody. We are live. It is Tuesday evening. It is about 9:30. We're quite much later than we planned to come on this evening. We were due to come on much earlier. I've had a lot of technical difficulties with my laptop. My laptop's pretty much on limp mode just now. We're joined by Harry and Jason on the UK Global Eye Tour. It is day 6. They've been in, how do you pronounce it, Jason?
Truro.
Oh, no, we can't hear you, Jason. Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Give us a second.
Stay there 1 second. It's okay. Yeah, where are you today?
Truro. You still can't hear me?
Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, where are you today, darling? Where is it? How do you pronounce it?
Truro.
Truro. Yeah, so day 6 of the Global Eye UK tour in Truro. We saw the live link today. How are you both doing?
Tired and worn out. Yeah, that was a busy day. That was very challenging. Started off really well. Got a few a few flat earthers came over. That was fantastic.
Yay!
Yeah, Harry's made it a point. He shakes the hands. Got to shake your hand, and, and not just flat earth as well. Some that are on the fence that are kind of like 90% there, and so we had a few of them over. And not just that as well. I spoke to one elderly lady there. I just had a great conversation with her. I kind of enjoy them sort of conversations, and that she's talking about like life, and and her experiences of life, and how people kind of like shut themselves up and do nothing, and I thought it was brilliant. She said she's been and seen the Aurora. I never know how to pronounce that. That's so difficult, that one. But yeah, she said she's seen that, and and things like the Milky Way and things. I envy people. That was a nice conversation. So it wasn't all flat Earth, and it wasn't all abuse, but I guess a lot of people seeing quite a lot of abuse thrown there today.
Yeah, I will say the kids at the end turned a bit.
You know what? Your lovely daughter turned around and said yesterday, asked me a question. How are the teenagers? And I'm saying, when you got one or two of them, really, really good. Really receptive. You can have good conversations with them. But like today, at the end, that's just like that's silly. That is. I mean, like they just want to ridicule not just me, but want to show off to their mates, and not really interested. They just want to. God, they didn't even know what they're doing, but they are trolling, aren't they?
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
I want to say how you handled today was absolutely admirable. We all bring our set of tools to the table, and our skill set to the table, and each to their own. And I want to say, you've handled a few things pretty well over the last few days, may I say?
Yes.
Richard, I know you.
Again, I said before, do you want to see the cuts on my lip where I've been biting?
I even got some proof later on. I'm going to show you guys that how he handles situations. Unbelievable. He did a fantastic job. Me and Roxanne was just talking about how you just handled yourself, with all those kids, and how you just kept the energy going. You just left. You knew when to left. You knew when to leave and go on. Great job, Jason.
It's a shame, but I don't mind them. Challenging, and basically hurtling rocks at me. I don't mind that, because they will go home, and this conversation will carry on, whether it be to mum, dad, sister, or whatever. The conversation, I just seen some idiot flat earthers and that. But that seed's there. It's done. That seed. It's and then it might be a year or 2 years down the road, and hopefully they'll come across it again and take notice. But that seed's done.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
I guess you can. There we go.
Sorry, I'm guessing it's a few hundred seeds now since you've started.
Yeah.
Probably more than that.
I'm not counting no more. I've given up. I think, it's. We haven't even finished the week. Day 6. If this continues like this, there's going to be some sort of healthy debate at the end of this, like right at the end, and I'm hoping it'll get to the mainstream media and properly talked about this, not sidestepped no more, like properly talked about. I may not have the tools myself to have this proper debate, but I'll certainly be on the sidelines with listening properly, like listening with intent. I'd like to see some more knowledgeable flat earthers come forward, step forward, and and debating with people. And we know a couple in in the States. That was Victor that came over. Was it a Speaker's Corner? Who was? I don't know if you've ever seen that, Richard. Was it Victor that came in? Yeah, it was Victor. He's a PhD or something in physics and that.
Yeah.
He's got a pilot license and things, and like, we need people like him who know what's going on, who have got the education as well to know it's all rubbish.
How he just turned up that day from nowhere and just started activating with us. You'd had to have been there to believe it. Yes. It was like it went from 0 to hero in like a millisecond.
I was in awe, just watching and listening, and I couldn't believe the guy. Like, it was fantastic to see.
Yeah. Unbelievable. See what happens when you play. Right? Yeah.
So all in all, would you say today was a good day?
Yes, it was. I'll have to say that. It got very loud at the end. It was a very windy start. You didn't really see it, but off camera, kind of, until we tied everything down properly. And that the banners were taken off. They were off, and they were going off to Penzance without us. Yeah.
Well, I noticed. When Jason, me, and Roxanne noticed, we were talking about it, that as you guys were closing up shop at the end, you started getting bigger crowds.
I know. So once we I turned the camera off and that, and I would have to say probably about 30 people around us and that, and it's just typical. We had one of the banners completely off, and the other side was half rolled up and that, and it was like, should we set up or should we go? But what it was, there was a few interested people that were ready to talk, but the kids were making so much noise, and we just said, look, let's go. Before it gets silly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, completely understand. I can see a sign behind you there that looks like you're in a car park or somewhere. What's good? What's going on? Where you at?
I don't know if you can see. Oh, let me turn it around so you can have a quick peek, and then you tell me.
And then we'll tell you. Okay. So let's have a look through the window. And Jason, is that a quick fit sign?
I'm afraid so.
I told you this was going to be National Lampoon, didn't I? Who's Chevy Chase? I just want to know which one of you.
So the problem is, we hired the cheapest campervan that we could possibly get our hands on, and it's kind of backfired on us a little bit. We developed a knocking noise on the front wheel. Driving here? Leaving. We were trying to leave Truro, and just as we're leaving, we heard this huge knocking noise started gradually happening, and it's turned into quite a bit of a knocking noise. I kind of suspect, and I know, but we'll get it verified in the morning.
Okay.
So I think it's to do with the drive shaft and the CV joint. That's
possibly doable. The stickers can stay where they are, right?
They can stay where they are. I'm sure the guys will be able to sort it out. I spent already. A chap came round. Who was towing a car away, and he said, "Yeah, they'll look at it in the morning." So I explained to him what it is, and he said, "Yeah, they'll be able to do it." Hopefully on the cheap. What I've done, I've nipped out and bought a crate of beers for the guys, at Quick Fit, and hopefully they can get past the side that we're flashes.
Good job. And you're obviously going to be sleeping there, right?
Yes, I am.
Say that again. Okay, we might have lost him.
I think we lost him.
Jason, you're breaking up really badly. Really badly.
That's right. We'll just wait for it.
It's all right. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Jason, if you can hear us, if you can drop out of the link and come back in again, just refresh your internet and come back in again if you can hear me. Because right now it's looking like it's frozen. So, all right, while we're waiting for Jason's connection to... there's Jason. Jason? Can you see us? Okay. Bear with us, chat room. We're just having some technical difficulties right about now.
Roxanne, what do you thought? I mean, what are your thoughts on the performance today out there in the streets of Turin?
Listen, I'll say from my point of view, it was second to none. It was second to none. They were out there for hours. The live link was a few hours, but they were out there for hours. And you know, I know myself from going to Speaker's Corner that it's not easy just doing a few hours, because it's pound for pound. You're going round for round with people. No sooner you finish the next one, and it's incredibly draining. It's incredibly rewarding because you know you're planting a seed, but at the same time, it's draining. And I've been blown away with some of his responses to things, and you know, none of us are working off of a blueprint. We're just bringing our own tool set to the table. And you know, Richard, no disrespect to you, you might do things a little bit differently to me, and I might do things a little bit differently to you, but I think we all collaboratively bring our own little piece to the table, which you know, I know it links to later on, but it you know, ultimately starts connecting the dots for people, you know. A little bit of what Jason's saying, and a little bit of what they've heard last week, and a little bit of what they're going to hear next week, or whatever it is. It's all going to go together in building that picture. So for me, I was blown away by his responses, especially, like I said, what we've seen over the last couple of days as well. He's just as unrelenting as Harry, as far as I'm concerned. He's always got a quick pro quo answer, something that's off the cuff. And I can't vouch for myself here because I know that I get triggered, but Jason's probably one of the few people I know that can hold it down. When son got triggered and had to.
Roxanne, he looks real comfortable out there too, as well. Like, you know, he looks like he's getting better and better and better. You know, as I was watching him, really, you know, he's dipping and moving. He's dipping and moving. You know. Because it is a fight. You know, he's dipping and moving.
Oh, definitely. And you look at this is day 6, yeah? So they've done 6 days of 6 to 9 hours out on the road every single day. Every single day. Different locations, somewhere that, it might be familiar to one of them. But I think...
Shout out to the chat room and everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to the moderators holding it down. Much appreciated.
Yeah, massive shouts to the chat room. We've got Sammy in the chat room.
Okay.
We've got Lifting the Lid in the chat room.
Okay.
We've got Globe Earth Street Activist. We've got Eco Dave Media. Hello, my darling. Nice to see you in the chat room. Tommy Rogers, thank you so much for your patience and thanks for joining us. John Thor, massive love to you, my darling. Yeah, man. 54 AMH, thanks for tuning in. Dagon Morningstar, thanks for tuning in. Massive love and respect to you all for taking the time out to be with us here this evening. B-Man4621, hello to you. And Richie BFE, Skyfly Bree, Amanda F.
Amanda. Got a little cut out there. She cut out there.
Sorry, yep. Kimmy Spreadbra. Hello, my darling. Josephine Claremont. Good evening to you. Plain Sight Lee. Hello, my darling. I'll be to Lee, Plain Sight Lee. I'll be back at Speaker's Corner last Sunday of the month. So if you're down to go there, I'll be there last Sunday of the month. Amrock. Thank you for tuning in. Plain Station. Thank you for tuning in. Massively appreciate you all being here with us this evening while we tune in with the lads on tour. This is day 6 of the Global UK tour. They are in... How do you say it again?
Yeah, well, we're on. We just left Truro, but we're kind of like we've just arrived close to Penzance at Quitfit.
Okay, Penzance. So that is down in the southwest part of England.
Yeah,
you're on your way towards Land's End, going that way, aren't you?
That's right. So we're gonna nip over in the morning, do Land's End. This is sorry, not the morning. In the afternoon, we have to get this campervan dealt with first thing in the morning. Right. I'm told it will take 2-3 hours. But he's going to be doing it early, so I'm hoping that everything should still go ahead. But we'll be at Land's End first, and we're hoping to double back to Penzance.
Okay. Now, can I ask you a question?
Come on.
Is Harry there with you?
He is. Would you like to see him?
Yes, please.
He's just putting his makeup on.
Get your blusher on, Harry. Get your lip gloss on.
Right, I'll just swing you around. There you go.
I'll just put my sandwich away.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Harry. Hi.
What's going on? How's it all going?
Good.
All the better for hearing your voice. All the better for hearing your voice. We saw a lot of you in the background of Jason's footage today, taking some content recordings for yourself. How were your conversations today, Harry?
Wow, fantastic. We must have met about, I personally met about 6 flat earthers. And at one point I was in a conversation with this ball earther, and another 2 flat earthers came along and started in the conversation, and then another flat earther from another direction. So I stood back and let the 3 flat earthers speak to this ball earther. So it was amazing to see so many flat earthers in one day.
Wow.
I think Truro has been the most successful for flat earthers. As Jason was telling you, it turned really bad at the end. I thought, like you said, I thought Jason was brilliant today and how he coped with that onslaught, which was an onslaught. Towards the end, I didn't do myself any favours. I didn't deal with it too well. But on the whole, it's very difficult when you get such a large group of people and they're in your face, you know. And sometimes you get physical space. So but it's all a learning process, you know. And there's not many people who would step in that line of fire with so many people around you being very personal and being quite aggressive with you. So, yeah. So I thought Jason did fantastically well.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, Harry. How are you feeling on day 6? How are you feeling as you're going into this now? Your day 6, you're 6 days in.
Well, for me, I'm getting a lot more sleep than I usually do because the beds are really comfortable, aren't they?
Oh, yeah? Are you serious?
Yeah, really comfortable. So I feel I get a really good night's sleep, and then it's a long day and it's tiring. You know, you're going to get.
So it's better than a tent.
Yeah, absolutely. So at least you know you're going to get a good night's sleep. Hi,
yes.
Hi, Richard. Say hello to Richard.
Hey, Richard. Harry's saying hi.
What's going on, Harry? What's going on, buddy?
Good, man. Good to hear from you.
Always good to hear from you, Harry. Always good. Amazing job today, guys. I'm so stoked for you. So happy today. It seemed like I was telling Jason, it seemed like as you guys were leaving and packing up that you had more people coming. It was interesting.
Yeah, and I think people were a bit more on their faces because the cameras were away as well, and you know, the scene we were packing up.
Yeah, I also noticed some like news media also coming in there.
Yeah, we need to get to that as well. Who were they? Who were those media? Did you ask them who they were?
Want me to? That's fine. Yeah, right. So I sent out a press pack to some of what was it? It was Cornwall News and Truro News, and there's many news things that I could possibly do.
Right.
And then what happened was, and I don't know where they got. I don't know who they were because we didn't get any warning or anything. They literally just sprung out of nowhere, jumped in front of us, started asking questions. They didn't even introduce themselves.
Do you think they sent the trainee? Do you think they sent the trainee? Do you think they sent the trainees?
Possibly, yeah, maybe. So, well, I don't know. The guy who Harry spoke to, he was another reporter. It's like there was 2 reporters there from two different places. He was a reporter, that one, Harry, was he?
He never said he was.
Oh, sorry. I assumed he was a reporter. I was telling everyone he was a reporter. Was he not?
I never
he looked like he had an official camera.
The guy who I was speaking to were reporters. Yeah, them 2. They did introduce themselves and said that they were from such and such. but I can't recall. I'll have to look back on the footage. I can't recall what he actually said. I was a deer in headlights, I'm afraid. They caught me so much off guard, and I just wasn't ready for the onslaught of questions from them. But I felt that I handled myself a little way, but it was one of them things, you know, where they ask you a question, then gloss over, then give you another question, gloss over, and I think I think I'll have to learn something from this. And what I took away was, give them some basic facts and give them as little as possible. Don't give them too much to edit and do a comic show, because that's I think they came with a bias. And therefore they're going to just, you know, like, make me look an idiot, and you know, but I still don't care, you know, like if they want an idiot, that's fine. That's still seeds, and that's still red pills to people. Whatever, bring it on. I'm not bothered.
Jason, let me ask you a question. Are you a little bit of camera shy as well as you holding a camera, or do you get a little camera shy when someone put a camera right back at you as well, or is that I've been kind of noticing, trying to study and. Because
sorry, Richard, can you just give us 1 second?
Yeah, of course.
We've got helicopters or something whizzing around, and I can't hear a bloody thing at the moment. I think it's just
no problem.
Out. Yeah, say that again.
No problem. It was interesting. It seems like, do you get a little camera shy when you're pointing a camera at someone and they pointing the camera back at you?
Yeah, maybe camera shy. So I never thought I did and that. And I always felt that when I see Harry, filming people, I found it incredibly difficult to film people and hold the camera in their face. So that part of it, me shining a camera on other people, I found that extremely difficult to put a camera in people's faces. With myself as well, I feel like for the news, I'm not probably the best person. You know, like, I think there's much better people. I'd like to see. I seen Robin. I don't know if you know Robin, lifting the lid.
Yeah, Robin said that you did really well today. He said you did great, Jason. You calmly answered with sensible, logical answers.
Yeah, well, okay, but I see Robin, and Robin is such a professional. You know, like if I could do half as good as him, I'd be chuffed. You know.
You did great, man. You did great. Don't even worry about it. You did great. Trust me, I was watching you. Look, you had a lot of people watching you. You know what I mean? Especially, and going to be more people on the playback. Absolutely.
Massive.
Absolutely. Hey, but you know what? I like to play something for everybody, and I want to play something for everybody, and I want you to actually watch this. We actually had a guy. He was a troll, and he really
don't get me started again. Oh my god!
And when he trolled you, he actually tried to be slick, and that's why I call this the Trojan horse. But I want you to see how
Jason handled this like a trooper.
How he handled this, and how it's just, you know, how this guy is so damn indoctrinated. So some of you haven't seen this, some of you have. I put it on Facebook, and it's probably on Facebook. I took it off of Facebook. And, so give me a second. Let me just get this together.
Some of you in the chat room may have already seen this, if thanks to John Thor sharing it out. I know quite a few of us have had a go at the comment section. Quite a few of us have had a go at the comment section. But what this guy didn't realize is that when he posted this, he's done as a little hand in help, because he's
no,
sorry, I need to stop laughing
for like an hour straight when we saw this.
Jason, just understand you're an
gotta watch this. I'll play it back a couple it's only a minute and 38 seconds long. But watch this. Check this out, guys.
Lovely.
Feel as though they're spinning right now 1,000 miles per hour, and you're also travelling around the sun. But anyway, I've got to go. Cheers, buddy. We're travelling around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour. Right. Take a couple of photos as well. I'm going to read it. There's a website with us there. We're just getting people to go to a website where you can videos. fucking head you are.
Well, maybe so, but what age did you start?
I've just got to film this because it's unbelievable, isn't it? I can't believe in this day and age people still think we live on a flat fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I was told this at the age of 5 when I believed in Santa Claus. And I don't believe in Santa Claus.
Literally everything we have been told by this system is a lie. All of it. And the depths of this lie is quite literally so profound and so all-pervasive that it's almost impossible for most people to even see, because it is quite literally so big that it covers virtually every single aspect of our lives. Virtually everything we've been told about everything is backwards.
So let's talk about that real quick, because that was powerful right there.
You're right.
And,
yeah, so
yeah.
he did, I remember who it was now. Yeah, he did come across actually very angry and rude at first, you know, like, and he wasn't interested, full stop. He is your typical troll, just in it to just to cause trouble. That was it. And
right.
But I feel like even the trolls, you know, like I've been told this before. I've been told to just kind of walk away and leave them to it and all that. But I always feel as though that it helps me become sharper. You know, so yeah, so bring it on, and you know, like I can only get better, and you're right that people like that have done us a favour. If he's broadcasting that,
right.
Great. That'll
right.
do. You know,
right.
That's fantastic. That's what we want.
Yeah, because he's the jerk off. At the end of the day, he's in it for a rude awakening. That's why I called it a rude awakening. He's in for a big rude awakening. He's sitting there laughing and shit. He's saying that you off your edge and shit. I mean, I fell out when you was like, yeah, maybe. But you know what? The thing is that the reason why I'm fucking laughing is because this man is in for a big, rude awakening. But he was definitely a troll. He trolled you out. You know, it's about like 9,000 likes.
How you handled it though? You didn't lose your cool or anything. You didn't get triggered.
Nah, man.
Cool.
That's what I love about what you did, how you handle it, man. Because when we're out there, you gotta have fun with it, man. We're out there, we gotta have fun with it. You know, he was good.
Yeah.
He just killed it, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm just curious. Was that on Facebook, YouTube, or something? I mean,
yeah, I saw John Thorpe put it up. I guess he found a troll. I guess he was making way, and the guy was like, he's trying to make fun of, you know, flat earthers and globe deniers, and thinking that we're out of our, you know, minds, and put it on, you know, his Facebook, and we looked at it and we're like, oh, okay, you know, that kind of piece right there is going to go down in history right there. You know why? Because that's just going to show you the level of stupidity. If you think water bends around to the exterior of a ball, or you think we're going to spinning ball of water, you're out your rabbit ass mind. And it's just simple as that. And the reason why that you're out there is to let people, you know and be aware of the deception, and to get them to critically think for themselves. So
indeed. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Guys, if you just give me 1 second, I need to let my dog out. Carry on talking. I'll be 30 seconds. 1 sec.
Yeah, Richard, do we know how many sort of views or comments he got on Facebook for that one?
It looks like over 9,000 views this guy has.
Excellent.
I believe his name is Steve. I don't know his last name, Steve G. Gear or whatever, Gar. If somebody can put it in the comments. If John Thor, if you're out there, put it in the comments. But that's his name. He's like a troll. He's got a lot of views. But the good thing about it is we're aware of it. So we, as flat earthers and globe deniers, we're able to go in there and make them look stupid and kind of like answer their questions and remind them that they don't live on a spinning ball. So he has a lot of comments. So it's actually generating more conversation. That's why I call it a Trojan horse.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's a Trojan horse. He has no idea. And that's what's funny about it. That's what's more funny. I mean, what's funny is that he thinks you're out his rabbit ass. He thinks you're out your rabbit ass mind, right? Completely. He's like, man, you lost your edge. You know what I mean? That's what he said. You know what I mean? And you're like, you know what? Maybe. You know what I mean? But he's the one that is his edge is lost. You know what I mean? And because if he thinks that he's on a ball, in outer space, you know what I mean? He's got a rude awakening coming. He's gonna,
I had the same today. You're talking about the young kids at the end of today's, and I kind of challenged one of them in term. He came and was mocking it so much, and I just said, "Oh, come on, tell us, what is this proof? What is it? Why is it that you believe that you live on this globe? Where is your proof for anything?" And when I talk about, what's it, gravity, and tell me what it is, because you believe in it, so if you're going to believe in something, surely you must know what it is. You have to know, surely. And I'm challenging them there and then. I expect when you're not being challenged, not to really know quite a lot, because me believing in the globe when I used to, I used to say it was a given. It was just, I didn't need to challenge it. It just is, but when someone confronts you for that first time and says, well, okay, can you prove this? Right. You have to take a step back and have a think about that. But when you do challenge these people, these kids or whatever, and say, look, can you just give us at least one proof, anything, give us something, and they fall.
What's your evidence? Right. Exactly. What's your evidence of a globular Earth? Yeah. Exactly. Show me. Yeah. Show me your evidence.
Right. I'm back now. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. No worries.
So I had one guy as well, and he's gone away to try and find his evidence. He said he did take pictures of the curve, and that
was the guy that shut down, right? That was the guy that did shut down at the end.
Oh, he took pictures of the curve. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Remember the guy that just dipped his head? He just started his brain started spazzing out at the end.
I mean, I'm hoping this guy.
I'm sorry, Jason. Excuse me. Run that back again. You said that someone took pictures of the curve.
That's it.
The curvature of the Earth.
The curve, yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, yeah,
and he said he was going to go home and go get them and bring them back.
Oh, absolutely. You know what you tell them? This is what I tell them when they talk about nonsense like that. I say, you know what? Yo, give them to me. I'll make sure you're the richest person in the world by the end of the day, because you have no idea the amount of money you just made. Show me those pictures. It's ridiculous, man. And it's ridiculous, man. They did it, and I guess we'll be waiting for those pictures, huh, Jason?
Yeah. So anyway, it was a fantastic day. I thoroughly enjoyed Truro. Would I come back and do this tomorrow like hell? I'm off to the next place.
Yeah, I don't blame you. God. And where and Penzance.
Again?
Penzance, from where you were, how many miles from where you were is that?
I think it's a lot. It's about 13 miles and all that.
Oh, cool.
I don't think it's that much.
Okay. All right, that's not too bad. It's not horrendous.
No. We
just need to make sure the campervans are right by the time you go to Ireland, right?
Yeah, that's right. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm doing my journey to Land's End tomorrow. That's when we first when we get the van back from Quick Fit, then we're straight off to Land's End. Great,
absolutely brilliant. So we've got the issues for you to get through with the camper tomorrow, and with tomorrow's live, we'll expect you maybe mid-afternoon. Then, do you think?
I can only
speculatively.
If I speculate, I'm going to say about 2 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. I think it would be quite late, because by the time we get the van back, and it's not that far to Land's End from here, so we'll see.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go for it.
Now, how did we get a look on how was the donations? Did we get a chance to look at that, or?
I think there was one or two on PayPal, was he?
Yes.
Anybody special?
Okay, Harry wants to give a special mention to.
Okay.
To John Thor, who has put in a second donation.
Woo-woo!
Oh, there was a second donation this time.
And his lovely mum, Gwen. Gwen is retired for many years, so she's using up her pension or life-saving, whatever it is, to donate, which I'm really, really touched with. Spending a lot of money you have on our donations, so thank you so much, Gwen, and John, of course, for another.
John Thor, man, thank you. Shout out to John Thor, man, one of our moderators holding it down.
John Thor, yet another truth elite out there doing the truth of monumental service.
I can give a special mention to John for standing tall and backing us and supporting us. You know, really appreciate his support. Thank you very much, John.
Definitely on it today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Massive love.
Yeah, thanks very much, John.
Nice,
and yeah, tell your mum from me. Yeah, definitely thank you. And I'll be hoping to pop up soon. I need to try out some more of your mum's beautiful cooking.
Yeah, you're making me jealous of that one.
Oh, she knows how to cook. She does.
I've heard from Harry though that she, you know, she's definitely up for in the kitchen. You know, massive love to you, John.
But not only can she cook, she's so awake. Mainly due to John introducing her to veganism and information of all these conspiracy theories. So Gwen's very, very informed, and I think John's really lucky to have a mum that he can share all these ideas with. And she's obviously lucky to have John, who's really helped her a lot with her health, you know, and looking at natural treatments and living a healthier lifestyle by becoming a vegan. So.
Absolutely.
They're inspiring. Both of them are really inspiring people. So.
Right.
Wow. Sorry, it just broke up. I didn't hear the end of that.
Both of them are very inspiring people, and how they're changing their lives through veganism and a healthy lifestyle, and really awake and informed of what's going on in the world. So, lovely mum and lovely mother and son. Yeah.
Massive love.
Bravo to you, John. Massive respect to you, my darling, and also massive respect to everybody else that's made donations and made repeated donations. Oh, yes. All of your donations are going to go towards the tour. Everything with the tour is transparent. The guys are collecting all their receipts, of which they'll document for you and make fully transparent. All of the links are in the description for how to donate. All of the links are in the description for Harry and Jason's channel. We've also got a link in the description for FE Start as well, where you can get more information. There's a link in the description for Flat Earth 101 as well, where you can get more information about the tour and other bits and pieces on there as well. Trinity 4, is it past your bedtime? Trinity 4 is in the chat room, guys.
Yeah, can we get Trinity of Wrench? Can we get Trinity of Wrench, Jason, please?
Yeah.
I've just watched Trinity 4, Dave. I've just been watching them walking with his son.
Yeah, good looking out with the videos today, Dave. You've managed to plug a few important subjects in your videos today. So if anyone's in the chat room and they haven't already done so, give Trinity 4 a click and have a look at some of his content. Really usable content that I think is very important as well, and I think that resonates with a lot of other people. So yeah, massive love to you, Dave. Massive love. And everybody else in the chat room, go vegan, Earth's a plane station. Right. Massive love to you too.
I think she broke up.
So much for tuning in.
You got to broke up.
Ranty Flatter. Say that again.
Ranty. Yeah, you got to broke up.
Sorry, it's my laptop. It keeps cutting out. What did you say, Rich?
I said you had broke up for a second. Go ahead and repeat that.
No worries, no worries. So just before I got to that, I got Stephen Watson and Tapua 777. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Renty, thank you for tuning in, my darling. I saw you unbox your P1000 today. That is a beast compared to the amount of camera that you get compared to. I was just looking at the comparisons. It was a lot. It was a lot. I was like, I get one of those.
I am so looking forward to seeing all this new evidence come in with these P1000s. I just can't wait.
Hit that notification bell for Renty as well, guys.
Oh, yeah, mine. I think I'm done. Yes, done.
Shout out to Renty. What's going on, buddy?
Massively, massively. And to all the other mods in the chat room as well, I really appreciate you all being there. You're doing an excellent job. 54 AMH. It's funny you should say that because me and Richie were talking about that offline today. 54 AMH, you know what you're talking about. You obviously know what you're talking about. So me and Richard may use that later on in some content later on today, but I definitely will let Jason know about that. It's a beautiful tool.
Absolutely.
So, massive respect to you, my darling. And also to everybody else, and for all of the people that have taken the time out of their evening this evening and bared with us through the technical difficulties. My laptop tried to give up on me this evening and tell me stop. No, don't. I wasn't taking the answer. And thank you to Jason because you talked me through it. It might seem primitive to some people, but it wasn't to me. And without that guidance, I don't think I'd be on this hangout with you now. So massive love to you for that, Jason. We're going to aim to get back tomorrow to some kind of normal time. I'm going to go through the motions tomorrow with my technological setup here. I'm going to make sure that it's a bit more on point tomorrow, and we'll try and stay closer to 7:30. But to everybody that was ready from 7:30, I want to first of all apologize for us taking so long to be live this evening, but also thank you for being patient and waiting for us to go live. And that goes for everyone that's in the chat room watching this just now. DIPRH, really looking forward today to thank you now and being in the chat room. I'm excited about that later on. I've got so many questions to ask. I've got so many things I want to find out and connect the dots with. So that's going to be really exciting. Babe.
Absolutely. We got a good show coming on later on with some special guests.
I've got another shout out as well. Huey P Nuisance, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking the time out to listen to what we're saying this evening. This is the Globally UK tour, day 6. It is over 50 locations in 8 weeks, all across the UK, really. England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. The guys are down in the southwest part of England just now, heading towards Land's End. Then they're going to double back on themselves, go up towards Wales, over into Ireland, Scotland, and then back down again. So this is day 6 of an 8-week tour. We've got some van problems today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be able to be smooth sailing tomorrow, and you'll be live tomorrow from Penzance about mid-afternoon, which would be awesome. So for everybody that's in the chat room that doesn't already know, Jason of the DISBURY will be live for over 2 hours today, Jason. I think it was approaching 3 hours. Am I right?
Yeah, it was. It might be a lot over 3 hours, I think.
Yeah.
It was a long one.
Yep. Yeah. So it's well worth it. It's well worth it. It's not just a little 20-minute live. It's well worth it.
Roxanne, I was just going to say that it is everybody's donations, and every time you share this, it is worth it, and it is making a difference. We had a lot more people tuning in today. A lot more people donating, a lot more people contributing in any way they can. It's fantastic. It's awesome.
It is. It's massively appreciated. Guys, I want to appreciate and thank you for bearing with me this evening in the camper van and still managing to go live with us a little bit later this evening. Is there anything you want to tell us all before we wrap it up for this evening?
No, oh God, couldn't I think of anything? No, not really. Just be patient. We're in the hands of Quick Fit tomorrow, and see what they say about the van. I feel like I'm 90% sure that it is that the front drive shaft might need replacing, and I believe, I think, I hate that word, please now. I think it should take a couple of hours to put that right. I would think so. Fingers crossed, you know, like that. They, I mean, they seem like a good bunch of lads. I spoke to them this evening, you know, like, so we'll see.
Okay, I'm keeping everything crossed. I just want it to be all right. However we can get through it, I want it to be all right. I really want it to be all right because I'm due there in a couple of days. So can it just like keep it? Just keep this tour moving. I'm not the only person that wants to link up with the tour. I'm just one of many people that want to link up with this tour. There's people that want to link up with the tour when you come back around from Scotland and you're coming down as well. So this campervan needs to get through the 8 weeks. So one way or the other, we're going to get it through it.
Yeah, I think we need what's it, a flat earth mechanic to come en route with us.
Yeah. Shout outs to any mechanics that are in the chat room or watching this on a replay. If you are somewhere in the UK and you can give your services to the boys if they break down on the roads, that'd be greatly appreciated. And a generator. Like, we're still shouting out for a generator out here. So if anyone's got a generator, they want to link up with the guys, feel free to donate it.
They just want to borrow it. They just want to borrow it. They don't want to take it from you. They just want to borrow it.
You know it. You know it.
Right. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone? Yeah, Harry.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Harry, what's going on?
And thanks especially to Eurox and Richie for the great show.
Oh,
thank you.
Cheers, Harry.
Thank you. That means a lot from you, man.
And maybe everybody doesn't know, but the amount of work you two are doing behind the scenes, coordinating everything for us, it's just really appreciated. And I want everybody to know how hard you're working there, both Richie and Roxanne. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Harry. Cheers, Harry. I really appreciate you saying that. And it's nothing. It doesn't really feel like a chore at all. It's something that we want to do. So it's all good.
Absolutely. Thank you, Harry. Thank you so much, Harry. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, Richie. Yeah.
Big time. And to everyone in the chat room, go for it, Harry.
It's just reassuring for Jason and I to know you two are there looking out for us and doing everything behind the scenes. So thank you to both of you.
Absolutely. Yep. You already know. You already know.
Good. And to everybody in the chat room, if you haven't already, if you could click like and share this and make everyone aware of this, that would be majorly appreciated.
Yeah.
The more
absolutely.
we can make aware that this is happening, the better. So yeah, if you could click like and share it, that would be massively appreciated. We'll be back with the boys tomorrow at about 7:30 London time. I can't confirm a time for connecting the dots tomorrow yet.
Yeah.
No.
Watch out for the live link when we set it up. We'll put that out as early as we can tomorrow. But we've got connecting the dots tomorrow as well. We're on later on tonight with connecting the dots with Death and Matt Long. We're going to be on connecting the dots with them. That's going to be in around 2.5 hours or so from now. So a little bit on from now. UK time about 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's a bit late for the UK guys, but you know, if you're up, by all means, come and watch. It's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. So yeah, thank you guys. We'll be back with you tomorrow at about 7:30. You're on day 7 of the tour. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rex. Do we have any questions from the chat room? Anybody in the chat room have any questions for Jason and Harry?
Okay, well, if you do, put them in caps, and before we wrap it up, we'll read them out. What happened with the van? We've had that question. Can you just explain to the chat room what's happened with the van?
Yeah, it was kind of like just we heard little tiny bits of tapping noise, tap, 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 tap. I didn't really pay much attention to it at first, and then it actually been doing it. I think in the early hours of this morning. And then when we parked up in that, and we started making our way to Penzance, it just started getting worse and worse and worse. And you know, like, and then the second that we kind of like very close to Penzance, and that it was knocking so hard. I kind of thought that, well, we seen this quick fit. I thought, well, let's just dive it. And it was just as the guys were leaving, you know, like to go home, who work there, and we talked about it, and I explained what it is, and that they kind of think it might be the drive shaft or the CV boot and drive shaft. So that'll be 100% confirmed in the morning, and if it is, it'll be fixed within a few hours in the morning. They said that we're sleeping there over the night, and then they're going to fit us in first thing in the morning. We're first in the queue, hopefully, because they won't want this camper van holding up the shop for the rest of the day. They'll want this in and out, and if that's the case, and they do their job, and it's I've already been out and bought them a crate of beers as a thank you, so you know, like, we'll give that to them, and hopefully they can see us on the way. And it's funny because I had a good chat with these guys, and then I started talking about the Apollo landings, and yeah, he said, of course it's rubbish, you know, like, so because that it's a little bit, it's hard to talk to like people like mechanics and that. You got to remember, this bus, this camper van is splattered with flat stickers.
Absolutely.
So you're going into sort of like quick fit,
right.
And you can see, you can just imagine the looks on their faces, like, really, we got to deal with this. So
well, I'm right there with you. I went there. I went there. I went to the store, and I had my I had a Flat Earth shirt on, and it was about like, you don't live on a ball, and like some guy who was like unresponsive in a car. So I see one of my friends, and that does EMS as well. I'm like, yo, come here for a second. I got a Flat Earth shirt, right? And I'm calling him real loud, like, yo, come here real quick. And so he comes over, and I'm trying to tell him, I said, look, man, this guy's like unresponsive in the car. Yo, come back me up. Let's check and see if he's okay, right? So I got this Flat Earth shirt. He probably thinks like, yo, man, what the fuck? So and this guy, he shot up, and you know what I mean? He was, you know, went unconscious in a car. But you forget that you have this stuff and people looking at you like you're crazy. So I can imagine when people, you stepping out, they're like, oh man, these guys are on some other shit. You know what I mean? I could just imagine that, Jason. Wow.
So, wow. Well, anyway, so, you know, like, as I said, what we might do, Roxanne, as well, just to let people know, tomorrow was meant to be a double day of Land's End and Penzance, so there would be 2 live streams. I'm fingers crossed, if we can get away early enough, that will still go ahead.
Okay.
But one or the other might not happen. We just don't know. Or we may be behind. I don't know yet. Until it's all about what they said, what they discovered this morning.
Understood. We'll go with the flow. I've got some questions.
Okay.
Renty Flat Earth wants to know: are you going to be coming anywhere within the vicinity of Blackpool?
I don't. I think it was Scarborough's on the other side, wasn't it?
Yeah. Renty, you know, I put all of the.
It was Holyhead, and then the top of Scotland. So no, we won't. But can you tell him that Blackpool has always been one of a favourite on my list, and this is only because on my leaflet, when I talk about the Isle of Man and I talk about Blackpool Promenade and the fact that they put that long distance photograph in there, you know, like in the Blackpool Gazette, and that was. I talk about this, and I've always wanted to. I have to get up to Blackpool and do some activism, you know, like, so. I don't. It's not on this trip, but just afterwards, yeah, we're coming up to Blackpool without a doubt. Of course, we are.
Can we revisit that question when you come down from Scotland and see if there's any manoeuvres that can be done?
Yeah, there is manoeuvres, but just remember, when there's a manoeuvre like that, that means that we're saying no to another destination.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play it by ear.
We'll play it by ear. We'll weigh it up. We'll see.
Okay. I hope that helps, Renty. Also, Francis wants to know: are you guys having a day off at all?
What's that? I don't know what that means. We will be having a morning off, and that's when the van's being looked at. That's it.
Okay. And Yeah, so with that being said, you're not looking to go through this whole 8 weeks and have really any days off. Is that what we're saying here?
That's what we're saying, because look, I mean, although we'll spend probably about 4 to 5 hours doing our activism,
Yes.
the rest of the time is Harry's. He's editing all the time. But look, I don't care. He doesn't need any time off. That's his relaxism. He can just get on with that. I'll do the cooking, and he can do the editing, and as much relaxation as that we're going to get, and that'll do.
Hey, lovely. Jason, what'd you have for dinner tonight? What do you and Harry have for dinner tonight?
Oh, tonight. Well. You won't believe we haven't actually cooked dinner because of the hangout tonight. The hangout was going to happen right in the middle of me starting dinner.
It's my fault. It's my fault you haven't eaten, right? It's actually my fault.
so we ended up just some hummus and crackers. That'll do us, for now. I said after the hangout, I'll put something on in a minute.
Okay.
I've got another question. AJM wants to know, did you find out what happened today with the plod? Was there police?
I see, yeah, there was the big bust up today with the police. And I mean, you all didn't get to see the full part of it in that. They were two drunks, and one of the guys was drugged up as well, and he was high, he was off his head, and he was swinging his arms, he was lashing out. I think some bystanders may have got caught in that. He really was kicking off violently. Yeah. Well, I wanted to film it to make sure that the police didn't do anything too heavy-handed, because I've seen so much footage online and that I find disgusting, and and it really bothers me the way I see sometimes the police can be heavy-handed. But in this instance, not only was he a danger to the public, he was a danger to himself as well. He really was. He was lashing out so much, and I didn't like the way the police put him on the floor that harshly. I didn't like that at all. That bothered me a little bit. But they had to restrain him. I accept that. It had to be done. That did. Okay. He was lashing out all over the place, and he didn't care who he was hitting.
Right.
And sorry, no, I don't know what the end was. Once they put him in the van, the van's just left, and I don't know what the end result was.
Okay. Next question is for Richard Lopez. Flat Earth Deacon said, I want to know where you bought that Jack Daniels Flat Earth shirt.
How you like that? I believe I got it from Amazon. I remember I got it from Amazon. Yeah. I got it actually like over a year ago. I got it. I saw it and I liked it. Yeah, you can get them on Amazon. It's the Jack Daniels Flat Earth one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm into Flat Earth t-shirts, so I love them. So you see,
you've got like them for every day of the week, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of Flat Earths. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Because I like when I walk outside, Jason, somebody asks me a question. Oh, thought you never asked. You know what I mean? It's a conversation starter. And literally, all eyes are on you. You know what I mean? Like all eyes are on you.
Yeah.
I surprisingly enough, I've only got the one. But when I do put it on, it is a conversation starter. I like wearing it. I'll wear it in the supermarket and all sorts. And yeah, it is. It's a fantastic shirt that I've got, and I want more. We can get that shirt in the UK, Roxanne. I have seen people wearing this one.
Yes. And look at you guys out there in the chat room, or anybody you listen to this on the playback. If you got Flat Earth shirts, and get in contact with Roxanne or myself, and we'll make sure we get them to Harry and Jason. That could be another way you can contribute. Also.
Yep. And also, Ranty Flat Earth said, guys, hit me up whenever you guys are anywhere around my local area.
Yeah, I'd just like to say I've got a news reporter with the Daily Post in North Wales wanted to meet with us in Snowdon or Holyhead or both to chat with us. But we'll see how that goes.
We'll try and get prepared for that one.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I've also got some other bit. I just want to finish off with that. Ranty was saying that he's been welcomed into FE Corps. He was incredibly honoured to be part of the work that they'll be doing and privy to some of the best research going on in FE. And straight after that, he said, hit me up when you guys are anywhere around my local.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Oh, I'm really, really glad of that. I wanted to sign up to FE Corps myself. I haven't done so yet. I will soon as, because there is so many experiments I'm actually interested in myself. You know, so yeah, I'll be signing up very shortly.
Love it. Love it. And I think that is all of the questions I can see. I'm just I can't see anything else in capitals just now.
Well, and if you can't think of no questions now, save it for tomorrow and we'll ask them again, you know.
So someone said if you go to North Wales or near Liverpool, I'll definitely get off my arse and meet you.
Nice.
That was AJM that said that. He's a moderator in the chat. He said he's up for getting off his arse and meeting you if you're anywhere in the Liverpool area as well.
Well, he should be watching the match, shouldn't he? Isn't the match on?
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, someone said the pool won.
Oh, right. Okay. Very good.
Hold on. That was AJM. Hold on.
Now.
Say that again.
I've lost track of football at the moment.
Ah. Well, yeah, whatever that means. I'm not actually quite sure what the pool won. Is that Liverpool? Is that Liverpool?
It's Liverpool.
I learned something new today, Richard. Do you know what I was just told? I was just told something I didn't know.
What's that?
I was inadvertently told something I didn't know, that pool meant Liverpool. Great. I've jotted that one down for my memoir. Lovely. Right, well, we've kind of overrun a little bit there, but lovely so it was. Thank you so much for everyone in the chat room for giving their 2 cents worth.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate you all massively for tuning in and taking the time out to be with us on the Globe Live Tour live, day 6. Tomorrow is day 7. They'll be in Penzance. All of the links are there for you to donate in the description. Jason and Harry's links are in the description for you to click on their channels. Hit the notification bell on Jason's channel and you'll be notified when he goes live tomorrow. We'll be live with them again from 7:30 onwards, or roughly around that time tomorrow. And yeah, we'll be back for more Globe Live Tour day 7. Interesting.
Yep.
Also,
also, Roxanne, we got in a couple of hours. If people tune back in just a little over 2 hours, we're gonna be back on with some special guests tonight.
Yeah, we got DIRTH and we've got Matt Long joining us tonight for connecting the dots. We're going to be going deep and connecting some dots. I've got the list of length of my arm for both of them. I don't know about you, Richard. But I'm going to be picking some brains tonight. I've got lots of dots that I want to connect. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've had a little nap earlier on today so I can stay up extra late.
Absolutely.
Love it. All right, guys. We'll wrap up and we'll be back again tomorrow with the tour, and we'll be back on again in just over a couple of hours with Connecting the Dots with DIRTH and Matt Long. All right? Take care, and we'll see you in a couple of hours.
All right.
Cheers then.
Bye.